What if we told you there's an engine so bad that spark plugs literally explode through hoods while driving? Or that Hyundai and Kia's notorious Theta engines contained manufacturing debris that slowly strangled 500,000 cars to death? These are 15 worst engines that financially destroyed millions of families worldwide. Kicking off our countdown at number 15 is General Motors' 3.6-liter VVT V6, a perfect example of how to ruin a decent engine design. The original GM 3.6 V6 was actually solid. Keep the oil topped up, torque down the upper intake bolts occasionally, and it would run forever like a mechanical cockroach. Then GM decided to improve it with variable valve timing. Found in vehicles like the Chevrolet Traverse and Cadillac CTS, this newer version became a timing chain's worst nightmare. These chains don't just wear out, they stretch, elongate, and eventually snap like a rubber band under too much tension. The timing chains usually don't even get the chance to fail because the water pump kills the engine first. When that water pump goes, you're looking at catastrophic overheating that turns those aluminum heads into expensive scrap metal. Number 14 goes to Ford's Cologne V6, the engine that powered the Ford Explorer during its heyday. This engine had one very specific and very expensive hobby. It was absolutely obsessed with eating its own timing chains. The Ford Explorer was dominating the SUV market. Families everywhere trusted it. But under that hood lurked a mechanical monster that treated timing chains like expensive snacks. The timing chain failures were so common that mechanics could diagnose the problem just by hearing the engine run. What makes this tragic is that the Explorer was already a rolling disaster. Dangerous tires, deadly suspension, and then this timing chain devouring V6 was the cherry on top. It's amazing that the Explorer nameplate survived this era of automotive terrorism. At number 13, we have Mazda's Renesas rotary engine from the RX-8. Here's an automotive riddle. What has apex seals that fail constantly, sounds like angry bees, makes less power than a Honda Civic Si, and burns more fuel than a freight locomotive? The Renesas rotary. The turbocharged 13B in the RX-7 wasn't exactly reliable, but at least it was fast enough to make you forget about constant repairs. With a big turbo, that engine could move. But somehow the naturally aspirated Renesas follow-up managed to both be slow and unreliable. The worst of both worlds. The Renesas was never able to generate enough power to justify its complete lack of reliability and fuel efficiency. Rotary engines have their charm, but if you enjoy driving your car more than rebuilding it, this engine will test your patience and wallet in unimaginable ways. Number 12 features General Motors Ecotec 1.4-liter turbo, found in the Chevrolet Cruze and Sonic. On paper, this sounds great. A small, efficient turbocharged engine. In reality, it's an engineering disaster wrapped in false promises. The problem lies in the turbo system. The oil feed and return lines have a nasty habit of coking up like a chimney that hasn't been cleaned in decades. When these lines get clogged, the turbo gets starved of oil, and metal parts, spinning at incredible speeds without lubrication, turn into very expensive confetti. Here's the part that will make you question everything. It's actually cheaper to replace the entire engine than to fix the turbo system. GM engineered an engine where total replacement is more cost-effective than repair. That's not engineering. That's automotive planned obsolescence. At number 11, we have Jaguar Land Rover's 5.0-liter V8. A perfect example of British engineering's ability to make beautiful, powerful engines that self-destruct with impressive regularity. Found in Jaguars, Land Rovers, and Range Rovers, this engine treats water pumps like disposable contact lenses. If your JLR 5.0-liter V8's water pump manages